I really miss them. I really do. They were so talented, so gifted. Such short lifespans. The hardest question to answer now is when people come up to me and they're like, oh, what's your favorite girl group? And it's really hard to answer that because all my favorite girl groups, like, broke up. Like, okay. Originally my answer would have been 21. They were my favorite girl group. And then a little talented vocal group came into my life by the name of Spica. They were my favorite girl group. But now, kind of up in the air. But you know what? There is one girl group that is still together till this day that I can still say is my favorite girl group. And that's Brown Eyed Girls. They're still active. They've done solo. Work. They still get along. Occasionally they'll release stuff, but they are still together. I still love Brown Eyed Girls. They are still, like, in my eyes, gold standard, top tier talent. They all have the vocal chops. They can dance, but they're not afraid of being real. They're very mature. It's just great seeing them, like, over time grow. They've gone from their hit song Abracadabra, which was my introduction to Brown Eyed Girls, to what they are now. And they're not afraid to be sexy, they're not afraid to be dark, they're not afraid to be a little, gritty or perverse. And I love that about Brown Eyed Girls. They are my absolute favorite. If I had to pick my bias for Brown Eyed Girls, it is Miro. I love Miro. She is just amazing. She is just everything. It was great seeing her on Unpretty Rap Star. I watched it with Blowmaster 5, and I'm looking forward to reviewing all the Unpretty Rap Stars. I know I never finished my Show Me the Money 5, but I'll get to it one day. But it was just great to see, excel. It was great hearing her rap again and just seeing her talent and see, me being like, see, look at my bias. Look at her do the thing. She is amazing. I love her. I still love Miro. I will admit that her, first solo release thing, I was a little underwhelmed. I don't know if I actually reviewed it or not. Was a little disappointed in the direction, but I did enjoy what I heard. So, that's fine. But yeah, Brown Eyed Girls is currently my ultimate girl group. But I guess out of these newer batch of girl groups, I'm still kind of catching up because there's just so much content to consume and it's hard to keep up. Everyone's just releasing stuff here and there. My YouTube will recommend me all these things and I'm like, oh yeah, I've heard of them, I've heard of this and I'll just check out and I'll just fall into this black hole. And if you have not seen my K-pop and quarantine video, definitely check that in the description below because I could not upload it here on YouTube. If I can upload it on YouTube, we'll find out if I get blocked for this video. There are quite a lot of K-pop girl groups I actually did check out, and I did fall into this black hole of all of these different groups, and I ended up having 24 tabs open, and I would try to get mark out of them. It is hard. There's a lot of talent out there, and it's hard to keep up. So I wrote down as many K-pop girl groups that I could think of that I do remember really liking, and I actually did like check out more music than just the music video. And I'm gonna go through like my Korean music playlists on YouTube to see if there's any other like smaller groups that I did check out, and I liked whatever song that I picked, but I just haven't like gone any further than that. So, easiest one to talk about is i-dle. i-dle. Love i-dle. I've ranted about them in my K-pop in quarantine Let's Talk video, and I still love them. They're great. But they released a new song, and I was pretty excited to check it out. I thought it was okay. I wasn't expecting like the somewhat cutesy direction that they went, because like Oh My God was so dark and so like sensual, and I loved that. But I know they have different like they can pull off different like different genres, different looks, because I liked Han Alone. I love that song. I love Latata. That's a really great song. And all of these different videos, they all have different looks, they all have different feels. I enjoy nearly, like, pretty much everything. I do need to solidify, like, stamp myself as a i-dle fan, and just, you know, just get an album, just buy something of theirs. I have yet to do that, but I am willing to commit now financially, because i-dle's great. They are very talented, and I'm enjoying that they are like getting the popularity that they deserve. Most of you already know my bias for i-dle, because I mentioned in if you watch the Let's Talk K-pop in quarantine, my is Sion. So Yeon. Oh God, I'm really bad at pronouncing Korean names. I'm sorry, my princess. I love her. She was also in Pretty Rap Star. I think it was she was in the same season as Miro, which is just fantastic. I love her. She is very talented.
요즘 날씨가 참 무더워 이곳에 열기는 더욱 뜨거워 근데도 좋다고 여기 몰려 내가 노는 모습 보면 말해 너무 무서워 누가 여기서 또 몸을 사려대니 여왕을 찾는 제이처럼 나는 타는 재미 다른 여자와는 달리 나는 관심 없지 섹시 남자도 나를 보면 오가지.
What I did not know was that they were on the same label as another girl group that I really enjoyed by the name of Crystal Clear, aka CLC. I've been a fan of CLC since Pepe. I actually love Pepe. Pepe, before they like switched up and got super popular with Hobgoblin, I don't even remember actually seeing. I think I just saw Pepe and I thought they just fell off the face of the earth and that was it for them, like most like rookie girl groups. But no, I was pleasantly surprised and also like kind of disappointed with Hobgoblin. Granted, I really love Hobgoblin, but all I can think of is this is just a leftover 4-minute song. Why are they trying to sound like 4-minute? This really bugs me. It's just a pet peeve of mine of when these companies decide to make another group and then they just make it a copy-paste copy of like one of their more popular groups. I did learn, thanks to, I think it's Dare to Be, his channel, when he mentioned like songs that were supposed to be for other groups. The Hobgoblin actually was written by Hyuna of 4-minute, and it was supposed to be for 4-minute. But I think my problem with the song was like, the rapping, it's just so like that nasally Hyuna like delivery, and I just want their own identity. I don't want them to be like, oh, it's 4-minute 2.0. I mean, the same situation happened with Blackpink. I felt that same way, but I'll get to Blackpink later. But Hobgoblin legit is a really good song. I really enjoyed it, but it still, every time I listen to it, I'm just like, it just reminds me of 4-minute. What a shame. But I've enjoyed all their other releases too that have like got like people's attention, such as like Me, Black Dress, is there a song called Devil? Yeah, that. So I really like CLC. I've been enjoying like seeing their growth over time. I've always enjoyed CLC. I tried to get BM5 into them and he just like couldn't get into them, but it's fine. It's totally fine. I got to slightly annoy him with kind of a trolly song called Meow. I like the song. My bias in CLC is Sorn. Love Sorn. Did not know that she's fluent in English. She just really stands out to me. Her, like, I guess physically she's like, I don't know. A lot of the time some of my biases is just like, they pick me, I don't really pick them, kind of thing, if that makes sense. I don't know, it's something about like their aura, their vibe that's just like, you are going to love me, so I'm just going to be your favorite. You'll find out why you love me. And that's what usually happens. There are a few times where I'm like, I love this person because XYZ reason, and that's why I stan them. Another young up-and-coming group that I have also been enjoying at around the same time as i-dle is Everglow. I think the first song I heard of theirs was Bon Bon Chocolat, and I could not get enough of that song. Like, every time I heard it, I just got crazy. I just had to do this thing. I love Bon Bon Chocolat. And then I heard Adios, also a banger, but Bon Bon Chocolat was like my absolute favorite. Go up to the sky. And when people were freaking out over their other release, Dun Dun Dun, I had to check it out, of course, because I love Everglow. I am still trying to immerse myself fully into Everglow, but I was kind of underwhelmed with Dun Dun Dun. It's an okay song, like, I just wasn't as crazy about it as everyone else. But last night, I watched their newest single. I think it's i-dle. That had me shook. Like, oh my goodness. Why is this song so good? It was I did not expect what was going on. I wish I was a good, like, reactor, because I would totally do it for that song. Like, those first few notes, I was just like, where is this going? And then that 80s synth pop, like, came in, because 80s music is totally in right now. It's either 70s or it's 80s, but most of it has been 80s. You can see it in Dua Lipa, you can see it in The Weeknd. I have heard so much, like, 80s, like, synth pop, like, influenced stuff this year. I don't know, maybe we're yearning for a better time than 2020. But anyway, it seems like everyone is doing 80s, and if they're not doing 80s, they're doing like a little bit of 70s, like BTS's Dynamite, or they're doing a little bit more 90s, which is like Lady Gaga's like Chromatica in a way. i-dle is amazing, and if you watch Form of Therapy and his culture study, all of his reactions to that video is my reaction now. Everglow, I am not familiar with their names yet, member names yet, but when I watched the i-dle, I watched Random K's video with the lines distribution thing, And even watching Form of Therapy's like reaction to la-di-da, the person who stood out to me the most, there were actually two. One was Aisha, who gorgeous. I loved her voice, and I think the other one was Anda. Yeah, really loved her too. You kind of stand out too. I think that was her name. But I'm looking forward to like delving further into Everglow because I feel like I haven't really given them as much attention because i-dle's been stealing a lot of it. But I'm looking forward to delving more into them, especially with la-di-da, and I want to like, financially throw the money at them. So another not so new group compared to the ones I've talked about, Mamamoo. I've gotten into them a lot more. I got into them when they first debuted with like Mr. Ambiguous and stuff, Piano Man, when they were doing a lot of like jazzy lounge kind of retro music that kind of reminds me of like Wonder Girls when they were doing like Tell Me and Nobody. They reminded me of that. Darling, it's you. 아직 넌 왜 눈치를 못 채니 넌 Mr. MMO 날 헷갈리게 하지 마. I really liked Mamamoo, but I really wasn't like, I don't know. I had to be in the mood to listen to their music because like there's only so much I can take. So like some songs like I have like on my iPod, I have like I think there's like a ooh-ah or ooh-oops or ah-ah or I don't know, it's something like that. And then there's like the 10 centimeter, the height thing, I have that on my iPod. There's probably some other like Mamamoo songs, but a lot of it's like from like in their beginnings. But I think as they have grown and matured, and then they had that unfortunate racist incident, after that I gotten immensely more into Mamamoo. I love Starry Night. I liked Hip. Hip is okay. I like that song from time to time. I really enjoyed their latest release, what is it, Wanna Be Myself? Really great. I fangirl a little bit. I'm like, this is what I wanted. But a lot of like their newer stuff lately I've been digging a lot more compared to their older stuff, which is really rare. Like most times like you cling to the old stuff because it's really good, because the newer stuff is just too like try hard, it's too trendy, it's too much like everything else. But for once I'm like, no, I really like their newer stuff a lot more than their older stuff. They're both great, they're both like their whole career is just fantastic. They're very talented women, and I've just been enjoying their journey and transformation. I don't think I mentioned my bias in my K-pop in quarantine, but Hawassa, absolute my favorite. I know she had that incident that I do not want, like, let's just forget, racist past. Like, she got it. But I love Hawassa. I enjoy Twit. Twit is probably like my favorite solo song of hers. I haven't really like delved into her solo work as much as I should. Also, all of the members, I haven't really delved into a lot of their solo work other than the stuff they've made videos for, but Twit is an absolute favorite. I listen to that a lot. Maria I really like, minus that little like weird music change where it goes into like a little traditional Latin sound. I just still think that's kind of odd. But I love Maria. I just wish the darkness in the video concept just lasted a little longer. I don't know. I like dark concepts. They were great. I have a couple bias records. they take turns. They tag team each other. They're like, hey, we gonna be Miko's bias wrecker. I'm gonna be Miko's bias wrecker right now. Tag. And they're like, okay, I'm done. We got a new concept. You want to be Miko's bias wrecker today? Sure. And then they tag back in. These two culprits are named Solar and Moonbyul. They are my two bias wreckers. They switch constantly. There are some days where I'm just like, oh, Solar, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, this is amazing. And then Moonbyul comes out with her, like, solo, and I'm just like, girl, what? I love both of them for very different reasons, but I mean, for similar but different reasons. Hausa is number one, but Solar and Moonbyul, well, like, mix in, but, I think it's pronounced Mian. Ooh, forgive me if I pronounce her name. I think she's also very talented as well. But it's just something about those, I don't know. You like who you like, but they're all really great. Mamamoo is a fantastic group. So let's go into the heavy hitters before I, like, jump into the not as popular, haven't really got into them as much, but I did listen to some stuff groups. So let's start with heavy hitter number 1. Blackpink. As I said before, when Blackpink came around, I just was like, I do not understand why Blackpink exists when you have 21, and then 21 broke up, and I'm like, how are you going to mess this up again, YG? Why do you not care? And then it just seemed like Blackpink got a lot of, like, 21 leftovers, because all I could hear in, like, vocal delivery and sound and images was 21. Like, the way they, like, enhance certain voices, I'm just like, that's Bomb's part. Or, this is definitely Dara. Oh, I see, you're supposed to be CL. I see it. It's hard not to compare. But they're being treated about the same as 21. Not so great. But at least 21 got to release an album and, like, do a little bit more music than I think Blackpink. But they're still not being treated very well. And yet, YG, even though he's not really the CEO anymore, wants to, like, make another girl group, even though I'm like, you haven't done anything with this one. You know, have fun with this toy first before you, like, purchase another one that's, like, the same. Like, you haven't played with this model. You need, play with this model a little bit more before you get the new model. That's all I'm saying. But Blackpink has potential, and it just sucks that, like, everything is so formulaic. There's, like, no care with their catalog, and I am still in disbelief on this new album. I will not believe that they get an album until the album is physically out. Until, like, I don't know if I want to, like, own it yet, because I don't really own any Blackpink music. Because I'm like, Blackpink's music is great. I enjoy it. But it's not I need to immediately buy this kind of great. Like, I don't have any 21 albums either, but, I mean, one day I do. There's one in my wish list, but, I don't know. It's just like, I can wait on this. I'm not in a rush. It'll be there. I know it will be there. Anyway, Blackpink is a talented group. I enjoy them. They do not deserve, like, I guess the hate that they give. I think they deserve way more than what they're given. And, I could have seen them, like, live here in America, but I'm just like, dude, you don't have an album. You have, like, what, 4 songs? Like, you can't make a concert out of, like, 4 songs. I mean, I said the same thing about Card. I said the same thing about Super M. I'm like, how are you going to have a tour and you barely got a catalog? That just doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, I love Blackpink. They're great. Their latest release, How You Like That? I love it. I have replayed it many a times. I know it follows the same, like, pattern that's been pointed out by a certain YouTuber. I can't think of her name, but I still, like, really enjoyed it. There are some songs I don't like. I hated Kill This Love. It was a disjointed mess. I did not like it. Get it out of my face. I I joke. Every now I ironically like the song. I like the remix way more. But Do is not a good song either. It's okay. I like a lot of the older songs from their beginning, like Playing with Fire, Whistle, Boom Baya. Blackpink has potential, and I'm looking forward to like hearing more of what they have to come if YG will let them. Solo stuff, like I listened to like Jennie's solo, it was fine. Like the song Solo, I don't know if she actually got like a full like release or not. If she did, I definitely did listen to it. My Blackpink bias is Lisa. Lisa is my absolute favorite. She just exudes a cute energy, and I love seeing her dance. She's a fantastic dancer, and I like also like seeing like the whole flinch challenge with James Corden with them on it is fantastic. But Blackpink deserves to be more than models. They need to actually like be musical artists, and I look forward to like listening to their collaborations with American musicians, because I have actually not listened to I haven't listened to Sour Candy yet. I think they have like another song with like Selena Gomez or something. I haven't listened to either of those. I think I've only listened to the Dua Lipa collaboration. Was it Kiss and Make Up? It was okay. I don't even remember what it sounded like, but I remember hearing it at least a couple times, and I thought it was. Other heavy hitter is Red Velvet, which is one that Bloodmaster 5 has mentioned in his K-pop video. I really like Red Velvet. Their introduction was not the best. I felt like every FX fan ever, when there was a turbulent time with, I think it was when Sully left, and there was an uncertainty with FX's future, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, you sad? Here's happiness! Oh my god. I hated that song. I hated that song so much. It is so bad. I did not like it. It wasn't just like I disliked it because I was also like being like, but what about FX? What are you gonna do with them? There was more to it than that. It just wasn't a good song. Happiness was not a great introduction song. But when like Automatic and I forgot what the other song is. But there were two songs. I think it was Natural. Automatic and Natural. I think those were the two songs. Ooh, bad Red Velvet fan. But seeing the more mature side of them made me really like them as artists, as a group, as not a replacement of FX. 아주 작은 몸짓에 감각들이 움직여. It just comes so natural. It just comes automatic. 매일 기다리던 환상에. So I gave them more of a chance, and over time, I've enjoyed them a lot. I like their Velvet side way more than their Red side, from what I can tell. I think I'm labeling those sides correctly. I like Peekaboo a lot, but I also like Ice Cream Cake. I also like Dum Dum Dum. But I hate like Red Flavor. Hate that song. If I hear that song, I run away, I scream. I hate Red Flavor. I know many fans love that song, but I don't. But I like Red Velvet, and I'm looking forward to like seeing where they go in their journey as well. But don't have a bias for Red Velvet, so there you go. Sorry. Other heavy hitter is Twice. I think they are currently Korea's like sisters. Is that what it's called? I forgot what the label was, but it originally was Girls' Generation. What like the pedestal of girl groups is Girls' Generation, and now it's Twice. I got into Twice when they debuted with Ooh Ah. I am very, like, it's sad that I did not make a post about this, but it's in my, like, things to-do list of talking about these specific 4 girl groups. I haven't gone to the 4th, and how I feel about them in more depth as far as their releases and stuff, like I have done with like GOT7 and BTS and was it Top Dog? I don't know. There are some boy groups. I will link the post below, but I want to do a similar post with these 4 girl groups: Blackpink, Twice, Red Velvet, and the last one is Lovelyz. But focusing on Twice, yes, I got into it with ooh-ah. I thought they were pretty great. I love JYP. They're a great label. I mean, I enjoy groups from all of the big 3. But of course they all have their problems. A lot of them are very similar. Twice, I'm kind of like, they're not really big on my radar. They're kind of on the same tier as like Red Velvet. Like, if I think about, or like it's placed in front of me that, hey, there's a new Twice thing, I will go check it out. And then I realize when I check out said new thing that I like missed out on like 5 or 6 music videos that I did not know existed. So one day I would like to like do a deeper dive of both of those groups and like catch up on all their music, which is a lot. But I do like Twice. Some of their newer stuff I'm not super into. I did like their like a lot of the more recognizable songs like TT and Cheer Up. I sometimes like. I like Likey. Likey is one of my favorites. One of the songs that got stuck in my head for a week or so was Signal. Really like that song. But I think some of the newer promotional tracks that they have put out I haven't been too crazy about. Like, a lot of people loved Fancy. It was fine, very forgettable for me. And more, I think that was the last release that I've seen. I was like, this was alright, and it just didn't hit me as hard like Likey and TT and Signal for some reason, but I'm like still willing to like keep going on this Twice journey for sure. Don't have a bias, so I'm not gonna like say one because I actually don't know too many of the members' names. Last but not least in this like for some, even though they're not from a big label, they're from I think Willem, which I only know them as the label that Infinite is on, which is my main interest in checking them out, which is Lovelyz. What was their debut song? Yeah. I remember liking Lovelyz. I always question whether they're still around, because I really don't, like, hear a lot about them. Because the loudest of voices from the 4 are, like, you hear a lot of Blackpink, you hear a lot of Twice, you hear so much Red Velvet, but you don't really hear about Lovelyz. And every now and then I'll be like, huh, wonder if Lovelyz is still around. And then I think one day I did see they had something new, and I was like, oh, cool. They're still here. That's great. I don't have a lot to say about them. I remember liking them. Could I name a song from them? No, which is terrible. But I do like them. I do remember liking them, but I can't think of anything. I'm sure editor Miko can, like, say a lot more when I, like, insert some stuff and be like, oh yeah, that was really good. I did like that when I did listen to these things.
Candy, jelly, love. 그댄 마음 한 스푼을 담아 넣고서 하얀 약속한 꿈을 담아 삼키면 오늘 하루도 웃을 수 있어. 기분 좋은 얘기들만 말할 수 있어.
Last but not least, I want to touch on a few little smaller groups that I did not mention specifically in this video because I have not really listened to a lot of their stuff yet, and I can't really form an actual opinion of the group quite yet. So I'm just looking at my K-music playlist on my YouTube, just to see like what videos I watched recently, and I can kind of sort of comment on like some interesting ones. Some that kind of come to mind is Third Eye. I think they have an interesting future. I'm looking forward to like listening to more of their content and like rewatching some music videos. I think I missed out on one video, but I am kind of interested in definitely checking them out and seeing where they're gonna go. Let's see, I have a video from Fromis9, Feel Good, Secret Code. Don't even remember what it sounded like. Apparently I liked it because it's in this playlist. Well, apparently I listened to Wacky Mecky's Oopsie, and I guess I liked it because it's on this playlist. Third Eyes, Yes Sir, and Out of My Mind. I don't think I actually watched Out of My Mind, but I know I watched Yes Sir in like their first music video, and I remember really liking it. They definitely, like I said, have potential. Then there's a couple Luna videos. I think these were from Blipmaster 5. I think he was like, oh, try this and try this, because I think you might like those. And I did, because I mean I added it on here, but Luna is definitely a group I want to deep dive in because that's one of his like biased girl groups. I watched a performance video of Woo-Ah called Payday. Oh, and then I watched Woo-Ah song Woo-Ah. What a name. I do remember listening to this. The Secret Number and Red Square. I think Red Square had the interesting concept of like hiding the girls' faces, and I thought that was pretty cool. And I thought the song was pretty good too. Both have potential, definitely. GWSN, I don't know if they also go by the name of Cosmic Girl or if that's the other group that also starts with the G initial thing. I have a couple music videos of them on here, Puzzle Moon and Red Sun. Also Bazooka. Yeah, I vaguely remember what any of these sound like, but I think I really like them, and there was one that kind of looked like, had like really short hair, kind of tomboyish, I guess is the new Amber of the group. I don't know, that's bad labeling, but I liked her. She's cute. Listen to Jungle by Bandit. Apparently I like that. All I see is a lot of solo stuff and a lot of boy groups. And I did listen to some La Bombe. Apparently I liked Firework, Turn It On, In Between Us. Could not tell you what any of those sound like either. But that's in my playlist. Also a group called Nature. I vaguely remember them, and also thinking, they got a terrible name. They're gonna be so hard to find. What was that SEO thing? Then there's Sonomu and Dia. But I remember Sonomu, I would like see them when I was looking up like Mamamoo, and I'm like, why all the moves? Then there's HUB and Hot Place and Signature with a C, that one A-Peak song I mentioned in my K-Pop in Quarantine. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna end it here. There's a About You that's in here. One like Dreamcatcher song I forgot I did listen to some Dreamcatcher because I was trying to like get into them because I'm like, I love Dreamcatcher's horror, like the horror aesthetics, but their music just doesn't do it for me, which is sad, but I'm trying. Oh yeah, I forgot AOA. They're okay. I'm not a fan. Like, I like a few songs, but I definitely can't say that I'm a fan. Lime Soda. Yeah, I remember them being good. And another signature song. So, I'm just gonna call it here. That's all of the K-pop, not all, but most of the K-pop girl groups that I'm really into right now. Tell me who your K-pop girl groups that you're into in the comments below. I'm really curious. Tell me, recommend me some groups, even though I really don't need recommendations. But you know what? I will take them, I will listen to them, and maybe I'll make a video or a post about it and say, yeah, I watched this as recommendation per my viewers, and this is what I think of them. Yeah. Please do that. Please share what K-pop groups you are, K-pop girl groups that you are listening to, and you can recommend me some as well for me to check out. I know there's so many. There's so many. But anyway, that's the end of the video. I'm sorry I rambled a lot. This is gonna be such a pain in the butt to edit. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos that I make, you can hit that subscribe button below. I post on Wednesdays or Thursdays, and sometimes I throw in an extra video in the week when I can. And I will see you guys next time in another video. Peace.